you're my dad and I'm talking to you, he was back there. Didn't say a single word.
But just his presence.
Exactly.
Support.
Exactly. Just him being there, knowing what I've been through, helped significantly. And finally sit down with you.
Dude, we've been trying to make this. We've been trying to make this happen forever.
Yep.
How long ago was it that we met?
6 months, 8 months ago, maybe, close to a year.
Yeah, it's got to be more like a year.
Something
I think.
like that.
But we met on the Ruck March. Fucking immediately hit it off. We started trading stories. Found out you're law enforcement in Austin. Found out you have quite the extensive and open history on mental health, which immediately kicked off our conversation. We ended up seeing we had a lot in common with that. So, bro, you just want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do, what your missions are?
Absolutely. So my name is Jimmy Wise. Originally from Staten Island, New York. Moved down to Austin about 3 years ago. Two-sport Division I athlete in college. Small D1 back in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Played baseball and I did the javelin for a year.
Let's fucking go.
Back at small D1 back in New York.
Okay.
I was an EMT for the fire department in New York. Originally wanted to be a fireman. Plans change, life changes, as we all we all know very well. Moved down to Austin about 3 years ago, just to see how it was. I was 25 single, said, hey, I'll take the chance now. If I don't like it, I could always go back. So I applied to be a cop. 6 months later, moved down here, and I got the call to be a fireman after that. And hard decision I ever made, but I said no, and I stayed down here.
Damn, you don't usually hear about. Usually somebody goes one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
You don't see about it. It's kind of like me with the military. I was Air Force and then Army. You don't see people usually cross over from fire EMT over to law enforcement. What I would ask you what you liked better, but I don't know if that would be fair.
It's very different. When I was an EMT, I was in Times Square, so I felt like I was a cop without doing all the cop stuff. Because every call we would get, I mean, it's New York City.
Right.
I was in Times Square. That says it all.
Yeah.
Never wanted to be a cop, and I wanted out of New York more than I wanted to be a fireman. So I was like, all right, let me try it out. Like most of my jobs are with cops. So yeah, if I don't like it, I could always go back. So I said, hey, let me try it. And honestly, it's a lot, but I love it.
Right. Now it's cool for me to sit here. You know what I mean? There was a world where me and law enforcement didn't exactly get along, and then now to have so many friends that are in law enforcement and to be such a backer of what you guys do. There's some people that might look at my show or look at what I do and they're like, why would he have officers on? And I think, I just know that anybody that dealt with me when I was not doing well, my hat's off to them. You know what I mean? I wasn't ever belligerent or I didn't disrespect law enforcement. I still respected what they did, but just got in trouble quite a bit. And unfortunately, I don't know why there's a lot of people that continue to keep that mindset from the recovery world after they get sober, you know what I mean, with the, just their attitude towards police and everything like that. And I became very passionate about it in Austin when I started seeing, you know what I mean, with everything that's gone on the past couple of years and just knowing law enforcement and in anything, there's bad apples that spoil the bunch, but it started to really bother me to see the lack of support that they were receiving in our community. And then, I always go back to when I saw the banner hanging from downtown that they're offering for bonuses. And I was in the military long enough to know that when they start offering bonuses for jobs, they're not usually the best jobs. And so that's when I was like, man, these people I don't care what your view is on law enforcement. When something goes wrong, who are you calling?
Yep.
So you better back them. And, what do you have to say to people like that who have lost their faith in law enforcement or, have a negative outlook?
When we sign up for the job, we know it's a thankless job. People only call us when they're having their worst day. And we all know that going into it. We get hate for doing the job. We're not liked by many. Well, a lot of the people that we interact with don't like us because they're doing something they're not supposed to do. Mm-hmm. At least when I'm at work and I know all the people I'm around and all the people I work with, nothing's ever personal. And I tell people all the time, I've taken people to jail and we get there and they thank me. And when I'm outside of work, people are like, I would never thought you're a cop. Like, why? Because I don't wear 5'11s, Oakleys, have a little high and tight haircut. Even when I'm at work in uniform, all my stuff on, I tell people, hey man, none of this is personal. We're humans at the end of the day. just like you are.
Right.
We took different paths, but that's fine. There's nothing personal, nothing against you. I'm just doing my job. Sometimes I don't have a choice and I have to do what I have to do, but at the end of the day, we're still humans. Just like I'm sure we're going to get into with the mental health stuff. Most suicide calls, mental health calls, I go to them because I know what it feels like to be in that position. Again, everyone has a different path to get there, but I know what it feels like to want to take your own life because I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I only open up about myself on a call if they don't like they're not very open about it and they're just kind of shut down and not talking, which again, I know how that feels like.
Right.
So I'll show them my tattoo that says keep moving forward. I'll be like, hey man, or whoever it is, girl, male, female, it doesn't matter. I'll kind of tell my side of, hey, I was once there. I get it. I know what that feels like. And I'll open up. And I'd say 9.5 times out of 10, they start opening up to me. And it builds that rapport. It builds that trust. And I'm the first one to say, like, I'll sit down with them. I'm the first one to say, man, like, regardless of all this stuff I have on, we're still humans. And I had a lot of what we do, you never really see, like, the end result of it. And never really comes full circle. I had one come full circle recently, and it was the first time in a long time I felt like I actually made a difference at work. So 2 of my old shift mates called me one time.
That's big, dude. That's big what you just said. That's really big. Please continue.
Yeah, so 2 of my old shift mates called me. They're like, hey, I need you to come to this call. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm leaving jail. What's up? They're like, I need you to come here. Like, this is your call. It was someone I'm not going to go into specifics, but it was someone in a certain community in Austin that I know a ton of people in and I'm in, and had to do with mental health. Like, this is you. I need you here. Because everyone knows how I am with mental health and depression and all that. So I go to the call. This person, them and their significant other broke up, was having a really hard time, not like actively suicidal, but it was like, hey, if it happens, I don't care. Mm-hmm. But no plan, nothing like that. So they call me in. They're like, I need you to wait here. I have someone coming that you need to talk to, meaning me. I show up, start talking to him, and after like 15 minutes, 20 minutes of conversation, you can see his shoulders start to relax. He opened up about a lot. And just from body language, you could see how much it helped. So I figured I'd see them out in this community at some point. So I went to an event months later that my friend is kind of doing a job at this event. I don't want to go into specifics, but introduce myself, start talking to people just as I normally do. And then my friend goes to introduce us and was like, hey, did you guys meet? You're like, we did 5 minutes ago. And then he looked at me and was like, we've met before. And then it just clicked in my head, and it was that same person. And like a week later, we exchanged numbers, and he's like, hey, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. Yeah. And it just came full circle, and it was the first time in a long time I felt like I actually made a difference.
Dude, that's incredible. That's good shit. You're very much an advocate. Like, even though you're law enforcement, like, you know what I mean? You're very much an advocate for mental health. Mm-hmm. And like every interaction, you're the ideal cop I'd ever want to, you know what I mean, deal with. But dude, in my experience, like, cops were only ever dicks to me when I was doing the wrong shit. Dude, last night I was watching Live PD, and I watch what these people, like, how they talk to an officer. They immediately start lying, like, all these things, and you wonder why. You know what I mean? Like, you wonder why this stuff happens. I was amazed once I started doing well and I started doing good in the community and I'm putting good energy out. Every cop I've met's been the shit. Now, this, white dude saying that, but you know what I mean? I don't think I'm like the average white guy. I'm like heavily tatted. A lot of people will draw their conclusions as soon as they see me, but I've been lucky enough to have some experience with law enforcement and to be able to sit down with law enforcement in Austin and see the human side of it. And talk to people like you who are open about mental health. Talk to some other officers that have struggled with substance abuse or, body dysmorphia, mm-hmm. like all these things. And I think on one hand, the one thing that I love about law enforcement is it is an absolute mm-hmm. brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever you want to say, but it is a family. And you guys look out for each other, which you absolutely should, just like the military does. Yep. You guys know, like, when all else fails, y'all have each other's back. Mm-hmm. It's a brotherhood that's not gonna be broken up. But also in that same respect is, a lot of the officers that I talk to, a lot of the officers that were looking for help with substance abuse do it in a very, very discreet manner. It's not out. It's not open. You're one of the only officers I know that you're on social media with the shit. You're openly talking about it. And it goes back to what I always talk about with the recovery shit. There's only a stigma around addiction is because nobody's talking about it. And so I think it would do worlds for the law enforcement community if they were a little bit more open about the human side of what they deal with, substance abuse, mental health, and stuff like that. Because then it's like, oh, wait, they're not perfect. They're people too. So then you're more willing to cut them a break. I've done a ride along in Austin, you know what I mean? I've been on the other side of the law. I see what y'all have to deal with. If you are somebody that every car you're walking up to, knowing somebody's going to have a shitty attitude, they're immediately lying to you, your life could be at risk at any moment, you have no idea what they have in their car, and you don't get paid shit. It's a lot to deal with. And so everybody that wants to hate on law enforcement, you better take a second look at the whole picture of what we're talking about, because it's something very different.
Yeah, and I like exactly how you worded all that. A lot of it is, again, like I said, it's a thankless job. The media only, regardless what side of the podium you're on, does not matter.
Right.
Everyone, regardless what side you're on, knows that the media only shows what they want to show and doesn't show the full picture of it. And obviously we're there for each other and we have each other's back. And if someone needs help, everyone in the police force is going to help them. But at the end of the day, if someone messes up, we're the first ones to be like, hey, you were wrong. Mm-hmm. We have body cams that are audio and video recorded for everything.
Yeah.
And then on the news or whatever, they'll just show the use of force incident, but they won't show beforehand of, please, sir, stop. Sir, stop. Please, sir, put that down. Sir, please step back. The many times that all of that stuff is said beforehand, and they just show the escalation, use of force is never going to look good.
Yeah.
Ever. Regardless of what it is, it's never going to look good. But there are some times you could kind of talk your way out of it, and if you talk long enough, it'll fix itself.
Yeah.
There are times where it's going to happen, and there's nothing you could do about it. This person made a decision. Doesn't matter. We had one guy, it was a call, HEB security called, out of breath, almost pulled their gun on someone. All right. The Conor McGregor walk, super aggressive. I see that dude doing that down the street. I'm like, well, I found him.
Right.
So me and my buddy kind of do a V on him, so we have both sides in case he runs. He sees me, jumps up twice, and in the middle of the street just beelines it towards me. So I take him down, everything like that. It's fine.
He's coming to fight?
Yeah, straight up jumps up twice and just charges at me. All right. Take him down, it's fine. And while I'm putting him in cuffs, super calm, hey, man, relax.
Chill out.
Afterwards, we have to do an interview with our supervisor if we get in a fight with us, and then they do one with whoever we fought. Mm-hmm. The dude's like, hey, man, I'm sorry. He's like, I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. And then my supervisor's like, are you hurt? He goes, yeah, but that's not his fault. He's like, I charged at him. He handled business, stayed professional. He was cool. He's trained well.
Yeah.
And it's just things you can't avoid. It's going to happen. And it never looks good. When I'm taking this dude down, it's not going to look good.
Right.
But he charged me. There's nothing I can do about it. I think a lot of it is just people know how dangerous being a cop is, but don't truly fully understand how it is. When we make a traffic stop, we have zero clue what's in that car. And you've seen videos of cop walking up and guy just sticking his gun out the window and shooting at the cops. Mm-hmm. We don't know what's in there. Things could change like this. And your life could be in danger in half a second.
Right.
When it seems like a normal thing, like a normal call where nothing's going to happen.
Do you got one or two stories that just could kind of paint a picture for what officers are seeing on a daily basis?
Daily basis. I mean, every call is different.
Right.
And
give me one that sticks out in your head.
Yeah. How graphic do you want me to get?
I mean, let's get it. Let's go.
All right.
I don't know. You got Officer Amanda was on before, and she told some doozies. So
yeah.
And then Donnie Petritis was on and talked about his whole experience and that.
Yeah.
If you need a reference of what officers deal with every day, go back and listen to Donnie's episode and see everything he went through. It's crazy, but
yeah. One that really sticks out, honestly, still kind of affects me to this day. Which I'm working through, go to therapy, take care of it, all that, but still, there's two of them that kind of really stick out to me.
Please.
One of them call was a nature unknown of open call line, then they hung up. There's something called What 3 Words, which is like a little box that basically pinpoints where your location is. And like from me to you, it's going to be 2 different 3 words. So it'll kind of pinpoint where you are. So it showed the apartment complex kind of went like this with a grass area in the middle. It showed like in that grass area. And the area we were working was predominantly Hispanic. So language barrier, 2 guys like walk out of an apartment. The first cop on scene, language barrier again. But they're walking out super calm as if nothing's happening. So the cop goes to the door and he's like, hey, dude's got a knife. So I run over. He's got lethal. And at first I don't see him because if you look into the apartment, it's living room, then like half a wall, and then kitchen. So he's like ducked down behind the wall, so I don't see him.
With a knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I take my gun out. He's got his gun out. And I'm like, I don't see him. He's like, he's got a knife. I'm like, all right. So I holster my gun. I take out my taser just so we have 2 different options. Dude peeks. He's like on the ground kneeling, peeks out, starts slitting his own throat. Like a lot of times. Like I'm watching it. I'm hearing it. Blood's going everywhere. Like just straight up like this. Hides again. Peeks back out. Does it again. Multiple times.
I mean, how deep is he cutting himself?
It was a lot of blood. Hides again. Peeks back out. Does it again. And at this point, the only other people that are in the apartment are upstairs, and the stairs are right next to us. So we're not going to push into that situation because we're going to create a deadly force situation. Right. He's by himself. He's not doing any harm to anyone else. And that might sound awful, but let's say we go in and he charges us instantly.
Right.
We're going to have to do what we have to do. So we're trying to give commands, again, language barrier, but he's just, I don't know if he was on meth or whatever he was on, and just nothing we said was going to work. So hides again, peeks out a 3rd time, does the same thing, hides again. 4th time, comes out, knife facing towards us, starts basically charging towards us. Tase him once, first one doesn't work. Thankfully, the second one worked.
Wait a minute, he had slit his own throat multiple times.
Yes.
And you tased him and it didn't work.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times, like, taser doesn't work. You have to have like a certain spread for it to work. Gotcha, and if they're wearing different clothes or they're moving, like is it?
I thought he just like fucking bull.
Oh no! That shit. Like if it gets stuck on the clothing, it doesn't go all the way through. Like
is he on drugs?
Yeah.
Right.
So starts charging us. First one doesn't work. Thankfully, the second worked. Locked him up. Fell to the ground. Dropped the knife. Dude next to me was like, if that second one didn't work, like I was about to shoot him.
Yeah.
So blood everywhere. He's fighting us while he's bleeding now, where we're trying to get him in handcuffs. Finally chills out. They give him blood on scene, take him to the hospital, stitch him up. He's alive somehow. But just watching this dude slit his throat right in front of me, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Regular day at the office.
And then there's one more where I'm working overtime in this sector, evening shift, so 2 p.m. to midnight, and then the next morning I start at 8 a.m. So same area. First day, I get called there. Neighbor calls in, says, heard a scream and some gargling. That was it. Okay, welfare check. Knock on the door, nothing. Knock on the door, nothing. Knock on the door, nothing. Call her phone multiple times, nothing. I can't force my way into her apartment just because the neighbor said they heard a scream. Like, there's no threats of suicide, homicide. There's no one else in there with her. I can't just break into their house unless I have certain reasons to, which I didn't have enough. It was just a welfare check, heard a scream, that was it. Next morning I go out, neighbor calls again, and somehow she answers the phone to my partner, comes to the door, whiter than your hat, that's how pale she is. From here to here, completely open. Like I saw her esophagus. Like, I'm not kidding, from here to here, completely open. Talking, walking. I'm like, what? Did it to herself. The voices in her head were telling her to do it. Did it to herself. So the day before, the scream and the gargling is probably when she did it. So
it was a day?
She was like that for probably 14 hours.
And she didn't die?
Somehow was alive. And we were all sitting there, us medics, fire on scene, like, how is she alive? Like, this is crazy. And my partner, she's from New York as well. Very, very New York.
Very New York. I knew what you were going to say before you even said it.
So, and I heard her voice different, and she was in my academy class, but I know her voice different, like when it's different. And I heard it, I'm like, oh, something's not right, because she was there first. So I show up and see that, and she knows I was EMS beforehand. She's like, I'm so happy you were there. So at that point, there's all the blood's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not actively bleeding. So I'm just like, hey, just sit down and just stop talking. Just, hey, can I go inside to make sure no one else is hurt? It looked like 7 people got murdered in there. I saw exactly where she did it because it looked like a blob of jello on the floor because all the blood kind of pulled up and coagulated with a knife dug underneath it. Then she did it there and must have walked all around her apartment, tried to shower. It handprints, blood all over the shower, the bedroom, everywhere.
Bro.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep that night.
Yeah, see, and then that's the thing that I always that I always try to talk about is officers see stuff like this every day, and then you clock out, go home, and you're just expected to be husband, boyfriend, dad, wife, whatever variation of that you are, and you guys are basically like forced to compartmentalize that or try to, and then just go on about the next day and the next day and the next day. Like, bro, I don't care who you are, soldier, officer, firefighter, like that shit will wear and tear on you.
And that's why I'm so open about everything because, I mean, the military is the same way as cops. They are the most hard-headed people in the world that are like, I'm good. And the example I like to use, right, it's late at night, garbage is full. You're like, it's midnight. I'm not going out. So what do? You push it down. Next day, it fills up again. You get busy. It's late again. I'll take it out tomorrow. You push it down. At some point, that garbage bag's going to break. After years and years and years and years of all this, like, at some point, it's going to break. You're going to lead to alcohol. That's why the divorce rate's so high, and a lot of people don't know how to talk about it and just keep everything in, which is, again, why I'm so open about it. So someone back home I went to high school with basically said he always wanted to be a cop, but then leaned on me for his whole hiring process. He just graduated the academy up there because he dealt with a lot of depression stuff as well. He's like, man, how did your interviews go? How did they feel about you being on meds? And basically, I helped him throughout the entire thing. And he hit me up maybe a month ago, a few weeks ago, that he's seen a lot. It was a very tough week, saw a lot. And like, is it always like this? And he has a new baby, and he's got a wife. I'm like, hey, man, figure out how to get all this out. Like, have these hard conversations with your wife, which a lot of people don't do, which is why the divorce rate is so high, where they'll just keep everything in and feel like they can't talk to their wife, or wife, husband, interchangeable. The significant other doesn't want to hear anything about work, which is understandable, and I get that completely. But have that conversation of, hey, what do you want to hear? What do you not want to hear? How much can you hear so I know what I could open up to you rather than this tension between us? And I've been in a relationship in 6 years, but this is just me seeing from experience and knowing how well communication works, which no one ever does. But have that conversation of what can you hear, what do you want to hear, and if she doesn't want to hear anything that you saw because she can't handle it, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're not supposed to see what we see every day. Find a therapist, find someone you can talk to. I'm like, bro, call me if you need to. I don't care. Just don't hold that in. Like, all the things that made you happy beforehand, keep doing those things. Go work out, go for a walk your dog, walk your daughter, whatever you have to do. Just find those things to do them so you can be a good dad and you can be a good husband and you don't take all of that home with you. Which, again, are there going to be hard days where if you see the things that I saw in the stories I just told, yeah, it's going to mess you up. I couldn't sleep at night after that. It was just dug into my head. Like, yeah, take a few days. Obviously, don't take it out on your family, but take a few days, decompress, do what you have to do so you can be that good father and good husband, and you don't take it out on them and start yelling or lean to the bottle of alcohol, which most first responders and military do.
Right.
Because it's socially acceptable, it's easy to get, and it's like, hey, let's go decompress over some beers.
Yeah.
Or what I like to do a lot is, hey, my drive home is my drive home. A lot of times I do it quiet, and I just kind of sit in my thoughts, and that's my decompression time.
Yeah.
But like, hey, find out what works for you and what you need to do to kind of get all this out so you could be present at home with your family.
Right. But it's the same thing for, law enforcement or people in recovery. Like I always talk about, like you have to fill your cup to be able to fill up anybody else's. Yep. And I've been victim of, I have so many opportunities now. I'm doing this. Well, as I'm running around doing all this, bro, like it comes at a cost. I'm not taking care of myself. I missed the gym a couple of times, missed date night with my wife. Now home stuff's not good. So business is great, but all this is shit.
Yep.
And so it's like being able to fill your cup. And bro, everything you're saying is like solution based. You know what I mean? It's not fucking stuff the garbage down anymore. It's, hey, get around people, fucking walk, work out, like do something. Therapy, that's huge, dude. And because there's, much like in the military, there's ego that comes with it. I'm a fucking soldier. I'm trained. I'm this and that. And I know you've even said it. Officers are the same way, which they should have a little chip on their shoulder. I would, when your life is in danger nearly every day.
There's time and place for stuff.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
There's time and place of like, hey, when all this is happening, like, yeah, I got to do what I have to do. I have to work, but like afterwards, no, we could address this situation that we just saw because of what just happened. Like, for example, one of my old roommates got into a shooting, and the dude ultimately died. And one of our, well, he's now an ex-friend, but that's irrelevant. He's like, oh, you start making jokes yet? I'm like, no, bro, absolutely not. Like, he just took someone. I mean, was it justified? Yes, but like, he just took someone's life. I'm not going to joke about it with him. Everyone handles it differently. Like, joking about certain things and having dark humor and then actually doing some things and what we see is two completely different things. He just took someone's life. Again, justified, do point to the gun at him. Like, at the end of the day, that's what happens.
That said that has obviously never done that.
No. And it's just like, I've never done it either, thankfully. It's the last thing any cop ever wants to do. I'm like, no, man, I didn't. I was like, hey, do you need me to take off work? How can I be best? How can I be here best for you? Because that's what someone needs at that time, regardless how hard and all that you are. Like, at some point, this is going to catch up.
Yeah.
And I think it's taking a turn big time. At least I see. I'm in the first law enforcement world, so I see it. I think it's the pendulum starting to swing in the way of, as in like, hey, people aren't scared to reach out. More people are reaching out. More people are open about stuff, which is an amazing thing. And I think I'm starting to see the swing in that.
Yeah, I agree. Same things happen in the recovery community. Dude, I remember one time, you know, talking about dark humor and all that stuff. I remember I was doing a speaking thing, and the gentleman that was up before me, before I was going up, I was still in the crowd, and I remember him speaking and this and that, and he did a Q&A afterwards, and when he went to go do the Q&A, nobody ever really raised their hand, and so he was a vet too. And so I figured I'd throw him a bone, and, you know, I'd raise my hand. I was like, what'd you do in the military, sir? And he blurts out, and he goes, kill people, and I was just like, bro, like, as a veteran, like, I'm mortified you just did that in front of a room full of nothing but civilians. Like, why did you think that was cool to say? There's not a veteran I know in the military, of anybody that's taken life, that would do that, blurt that out. And if they are, like, I'm probably not. They're not my type of people. Like, why are you glorifying that shit? I don't believe that you did it, first of all, but why are you glorifying that shit? Because there's nothing, you're taking human life, dude. So your mental health journey, has this been something, a staple for you your whole life, or did that happen more when you got into law enforcement?
No, it's been for a very long time. I kind of want to, before I get into that, I want to jump on what you said before about filling your own cup.
Please.
Because I got caught up on the rest, but it's something I kind of talked to you about when I texted you like a week ago or whatever, where I kind of went MIA for a little bit. And it's something I just had to do because I've been pouring from an empty cup for, I couldn't even tell you how long.
Right.
I was just putting everyone first, which, again, that's me. That's what I do. Like, that's what brings me joy. I feel like that's what my purpose is. But I completely lost myself in all of that and was just burnt out, exhausted, like barely worked out. I had to take a little bit to take a step back from everything.
You're still pulling some weight in the gym. I see your videos.
Trying. But I haven't really posted much on social media. Like, I kind of went MIA from everyone, as you know, but I kind of had to just fill back into my cup, which is why I was MIA.
That's good. At least that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but going into the depression thing, it's been a big part of my life since probably like 7th, 8th grade, with 12, 13, 14, around that age. I forgot how old I was. I was just in a very dark place, just was not happy with life. At that point, I was seconds away from taking my own life. And the only thing that stopped me is
in grade school?
No, middle school.
Okay.
The only thing that stopped me is my best friend called me. She's the only person I knew about everything for between 4 and 6 years, around there. So from like 7th to 8th grade till about junior year high school, she's the only person I knew. She called me, which ultimately stopped me. And we're not as close anymore, but
I don't mean
Yeah,
to interrupt
no,
you,
you're
but I want everyone to think about what he's saying like that. Like, at the age you were, there was one person in this world that knew the truth. And all your friends, everybody else, you're going to school, they see Jimmy show up to school, they see you smiling, they see you playing sports and all that shit, but nobody knows truly what's going on with you. And I want people to think about that. Like, because oftentimes it's the people we don't think, you know what I mean? Bro, I check on people all day. Not many people ever end up checking on me, and but that's just how it goes. But it's on me to be able to open my mouth and be able to talk about it. But I just hope people are pondering that as you say that. So please continue.
That's funny how you say you check on people all the time. With Trip, I'll text him like once every other week. I'm like, hey, check in. At first, he's like, bro, I hate seeing that text. He's like, but I know how much I need it.
Right.
But he's like, bro, in the beginning, I hated seeing that text. He's like, but I love it.
Right. Feels good when you know somebody's checking on you.
Yeah, and just everyone needs it sometimes. A little gut check, like, hey, not just how are you, but how are you actually, and challenge you.
Yes.
Which not many people do.
Yeah.
So yeah, at that time, literally one person knew, and I was in multiple sports, like in school, and I'm a yapper, so I talk to everyone. I tend to be friendly with everyone. With second away from taking my own life, she called me, which stopped me. Fast forward a few years, and I didn't really have those thoughts again. I was in a very bad place, like hated how I felt, hated how I looked. Like, I'm in 8th grade. Like, I'm not going to be this huge jacked guy or anything like that. Not that I am now, but fast forward a few years, still feeling that way. And then I had a baseball coach. He wound up opening up his like little strength and conditioning facility with his ex-girlfriend now, but he played Division I baseball at Vanderbilt Louisville, went to the College World Series, played professionally in Italy. She was a 2-sport Division I athlete, track and soccer. So she would do all like my speed work, he would do all my strength stuff, all my baseball stuff, everything. My whole team started going towards the end. Like, it was basically just me going. That was my therapy for about 2 to 3 years. They knew I wanted to play Division I baseball. He's like, cool. I was like their protege, basically. Put like a poster of me on the wall. I was there every single day for hours and hours on end. They started a women's lacrosse team, like a travel team. And I was sitting there like helping them like heat press jerseys at one point when they first started it, because I was there for the beginning of it. And I mean, they set the foundation for so much of my life. Like, they were my therapy first. All my strength, all because I built such a good foundation with them, which brought me so much knowledge, which is why I'm pulling heavyweight now, because of them. They're the reasons I played Division I sports. I owe them my entire life. They poured everything into me, whatever I needed. Like, they were there, and they helped me get there. So that was kind of like my therapy. And my junior year of high school, I did really well at baseball. Like, it was the best year I've ever had. Like, batted for something, hit a walk-off homer to win the Island Championship, played at Yankee Stadium. We lost there, but, like, I had such a good year.
Bro, as a New Yorker playing in Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I did twice, lost both times.
Fucking, you played there, though.
But, yeah, I got an RBI there my second year. But I got my first girlfriend at that time, like, in the midst of all that. So everything was going right. I felt like I was on top of the world. Like,
until this.
Yeah.
Until this.
Yeah. Then after like 7-8 months, I tried ending things with my first girlfriend, like first everything, and she tried to take her own life and blame me for it. And being at the position I was at a few years before, like, again, I know what that feels like. And did I know it wasn't my fault? Yes. If that happened, would I be able to live with myself the rest of my life? No. So, kind of got manipulated into being with her for an extra 2.5 years after that.
Ooh.
And every time I would try to end things with her, it was, I'm going to kill myself. So I was stuck in that for about 2.5 years, and I'm someone where
maybe we should we be saying unalive ourselves? Is this going to get taken down on YouTube? Maybe.
Sorry,
no,
I'll change it up from
there.
there. Yeah.
Unalive herself.
Okay. Yes, that. So, I'm one that was raised old school, like flowers on the first date. I'm gonna open up every door for you. That's just how I was raised. That's what I think the right things to do. First impressions are everything, and no one does it, so you just stand out even more. But that's just how I was raised. Like, I love love. I cry at almost every wedding I go to. Like, I love everything about it. And that was my first experience with it. So after that, finally got out of it somehow after all that time. Now I'm in college. She goes to the same college as I do. Finally get out of it. In the midst of getting out of it, it was my freshman year, and I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself. Still to this day, I'm my worst critic. I never give myself credit for anything I do.
I feel you.
I always expect more, where I could hit a PR and be like, damn, I should have went heavier.
Right.
So I put so much pressure on myself, did awful. Like, shouldn't have played. I didn't play. I shouldn't have. I played awful. So it was that, but like finally got out of that relationship. So I'm like, great. Then the next year, we get a new strength coach. And kind of reminds me of you, like big dude, bald, big beard, except his was like down here. Like, think about your typical power lifter, like West Side Barbell.
Mm-hmm.
That was him.
Right.
Scary dude. First day we go in the gym. He's like, all right, no music ever. We never listened to music a day in that gym. Every day we walked in on the dry erase board, we had to write given, cross it out, and write earned on top. Dudes, love him. Like, scary dude, deep voice, like, scary.
Yeah.
He winds up being like the biggest sweetheart, but still scary.
Right.
So no music. Everyone's throwing up after the first day. I'm like, oh boy. At some point, as he builds a relationship with us, he opens up to us about everything he's been through, which I'm not going to tell his story, but everything he's been through, and sent us all a questionnaire after, in a roundabout way, and all these questions was, what's your why? Said, you know what, I'd rather answer this in person. And at this point, the only people that knew about everything that I was feeling and currently feel was my ex-girlfriend and my best friend. And still, to that day, those are the only two people that knew. So I sit down with them one day after lift and open up about everything. And my dad works at the school I went to. He's like, hey, man, I know how much your dad cares about you. I think you should tell him. He's like, I'll be there if you need as a crutch. I'm like, nah, not happening. He's like, nah. He's like, I'll be there. So a few months later, I'm like putting it off. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. As I'm putting it off, I start going to therapy because he gets me to go. She is an angel of a woman, like little Asian lady, like older angel. She is the best lady I've ever met in my entire life. Truly changed my life. So I start going to therapy. I get on meds for depression. I go on Lexapro. It works exactly how it's supposed to work. Like, I start enjoying things like I should. And finally built up the courage to tell my dad. And my strength coach didn't say a word the entire time. Like, if you're my dad and I'm talking to you, he was back there. Didn't say a single word.
But just his presence.
Exactly.
His support.
Exactly. Just him being there, knowing what I've been through, helped significantly. And I realized how much that helped me, just having someone there. So in turn, I was like, I need to do something for others. And I knew I wanted to start something, but I wasn't in the place myself to start it. So I'm like, all right, let me start small. So I started opening up more. I didn't tell my brother or my mom or anyone else. I just started telling some friends. Didn't tell them because at that point, my grandma, my mom's mom that we were all really close to, was on her way out, to say the least, was just not doing well. For a while, there was no talking, no moving. She was just laying in the bed, and we would go see her every day. We were all super close with her. So that was not the time to tell my mom. Then my brother was in nursing school where I went, and he worked overnight and then had to go to school. So we just went to shower at my apartment, and he found the bottle of antidepressants in my drawer looking for deodorant. He just texted me. He's like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Why? He's like, I found it. I'm like, I didn't want you to find out this way. Like, I'm good. Like, we'll talk. I'm good right now. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. That's not how I wanted that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a conversation. It's fine. And then a few months later, after my grandma passes, I go home for something and I just snap out of nowhere for nonsense. I was being an a-hole, to say the least. And I was like, all right, now's the time I have to tell my mom. So I tell her everything, and she's like, I don't want you to get hooked on pills, nothing like that, because obviously it's a different generation of everything. And now it's more talked about, more understood. So thankfully my brother's in nursing school. I'm like, come down here and explain.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, she kind of understood, and that eased it a little bit. And every once in a while, they'll still text me like, "Hey, are you good? You okay?" Like, I'm good, I promise. Like, I'm not there anymore. So tell them. Now my whole family knows. I started being open about it a little more on social media. The first time I made a post wasn't like fully in depth with everything or even close to it. It was just like I touched on the surface. The amount of people that messaged me and were like, "We don't expect this out of you. You're always laughing. You're always smiling. I feel the same way." And then people started opening up to me. And then just like my strength coach did for me, I did for about 8 people at school, some of them being my teammates. It's like, "Hey, just I'll be there your first session. I'll just sit there in case you need." I did that for about 8 of them. Turned into one of my best friends. We would go every Monday, like an hour apart from each other or something. Every Sunday, talk about how excited he was. Every Monday, how great it was. I'm like, cool. I'm onto something. People are getting help.
Yeah.
That's what matters. So, got people to start going there. Fast forward, I didn't go to therapy for like 3 years. I started working for the fire department. Went all Flexipro, cold turkey, because me just being an idiot. I was like, I don't want anything in my system when I'm applying to be a fireman because I don't want anything to affect it. Knowing it wouldn't, but I still didn't want to take that chance.
Right.
Start working a ton of hours. Working as an EMS in Times Square. I would bartend and I would coach CrossFit on the side. So I'm working a ton of hours every week, getting paid garbage money, and I fell into a very dark place again. Was off meds for years, and I wasn't actively suicidal, but I was kind of passively like, hey, if it happens, I don't care. Like, really bad place. So I went to the doctor. I'm like, hey, I need Lexapro again. Except this time, did the complete opposite. Same med, same dose, everything. Did the complete opposite. Made me want to kill myself. So I took myself off of it. 3 months later, applied to be a cop in Austin. I'm like, I need change. I'm not okay right now. Applied, got the job. 6 months later, moved here. Got the call to be a fireman about a year into me being here, and I said no because I love the life I'm building here.
Hell yeah. Dude, I want to go back to your coach. And that right there is the power of being able to be vulnerable and open and share your experience, because that dude literally probably saved your life.
Yes.
And it's the last dude in the world that you would ever think have those issues, but because he was willing to open up to you, then look at the ripple effect that you decided to do that for other people. You're helping 8 fucking people, and now you're helping people on social media. Like, that is why I, like, from the rooftop, sit there and try to get people to open up and understand, like, all the stuff that caused us our most pain. If you're willing to open up and give it some fucking purpose, dude, it has power in it. When you realize that you have the ability to help other people that are suffering, dude, it is the most freeing, empowering fucking feeling I've ever felt in my life. Like, that is my fucking purpose. I went through this experience for a fucking reason.
Yep.
I'm gonna put it to use.
Yeah.
And so, bro, I'm so happy that you do what you're doing. You're so open. What is your company called?
It's called Uplift. The Instagram is at the Uplift Lifestyle, and due to life, and I work 65 to 70 hours a week still, it kind of had to take a little backseat to everything. But I mean, I'm still posting. Like, I love and hate social media.
I feel you.
I hate it because a lot of people we see on there are fake, and if you don't bring them, they don't do it genuinely. If you don't bring them some sort of clout or have all these like hundreds of thousands of followers, you can introduce yourself to them 8 times, and then the 9th time they're like, "Oh, nice to meet you." It's like, why? Because I don't have 100,000 followers.
Right.
You're not going to remember my name, even though we had a genuine conversation. Like, at least pretend you care.
Yeah.
And actually pretend you care about the people like you pretend to do on social media. I hate it for that reason. I hate it because people are so detached from everything and can't have a normal conversation in person and try to be these hard-o people all the time, and then you meet them in person and they're the complete opposite. But I love it because it brings you amazing connections, like how we connected on social media before we met in person.
Oh, that's right. We did.
Yeah,
We did.
and I met some of my best friends from social media, or regardless how many followers I have, the messages I get of people all around the world opening up to me because they don't feel comfortable opening up to anyone else is why I post what I post and why I do what I do and why I'm so open about everything. I had someone I've never met before. I mean, now we're friends, but she had a tattoo that says "No rain, no flowers," and sent it to me and said, "This is because of you," because it has a whole new meaning now. And it's like someone got that permanently on them because of the message I am spreading.
Right.
And it's not about me and talking about myself or anything like that. It's just making people feel like know that they're not alone, because they're not. And there's someone here. And if that's me, and hey, here's my phone number, here's my DMs, like whatever I have to do to help you or connect you to someone, I know how it feels to be there, and I don't want anyone to ever feel that way, because I know how much it sucks.
Right. But I can't agree with you more when it comes to social media. Like I've said it a gajillion times on here. I always said, I was like, I'll never be the dude that's doing this. And then now, of course, I am. And, you know, I've been able to kind of compartmentalize it and understand that there's people like you and I who are doing this with purpose, and then there's people on social media that are business people. And as far as business goes, yeah, they're doing.
Go get your bag. Like, good for you.
They're doing a great job, and like, cool. Like, you're not doing anything wrong. But to me, like my people, if you got if you're blessed to have a large following and you're not using that shit to do some good in the fucking world or help people, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Or fake, and like who you portray yourself on social media is not who you are in person.
Yeah, dude. And I'm trying to think, be careful as I say this, but I would say the majority of people I meet with followings, I leave one like, why? You know what I mean? What's the why here? Not that they're not good people, but I just don't understand, you know, what the following is from or this or that. And then you meet other people who are like, you know, my friend Rachel, who we've done a lot together. She's one of the biggest people I know on social media, and you would be hard-pressed to find a more humble, self-deprecating, fucking good-hearted human being in this world. She's been fucking incredible. Yeah. So, but it's also this perfect avenue for us to be able to actually help people. Every Thursday we have our redemption call, and it's just a virtual call. It's not for just people in recovery. It's just for people overcoming adversity. We support the hell out of each other, but there's 3 or 4 people on there last night, at the one time, and it got brought up, like, they're on there, people are crying, people are having these breakthrough moments, like these profound shit, but we know each other through social media. But these people are like fucking family to me. Like, I wouldn't have the crew, the friends, the people that I do if it wasn't for the social media shit. So if you use it for good, man, it's a powerful fucking tool. But dude, it's number one, it's a full-time job in itself. Not to mention what it does to your mental health, staring at a fucking phone. Everybody sees the cool videos. Nobody sees the hours of fucking multiple takes and fucking going to this location, that location, fucking, I didn't have my microphone on this one. Like, nobody sees that shit of it. So, bro, it's a mental health taxing job as well. But,
and this is not me hating on influencers, because get your bag. Y'all are making significantly more money than I'm making. Like, good for you. There's not me hating on it. Just be real. Like, don't be this person on social media, and then you meet them in person and they're a completely different person, and they're an a-hole and all of that. Like, there's no need to be that way.
Right. Jimmy's nicer than I am. I am hating. If you have a fucking large platform and you're not using it to help people, I don't fuck with you. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
But, dude, so now, mental health is solid, right? Good?
Way better.
I know it ebbs and flows, obviously. Good days, bad days, but we got a handle on it and everything else. So, like, what does life look like now for you?
So
what are the things that you've put into your life to make sure that doesn't happen? Why doesn't it happen?
So about a month and a half ago, I was not, maybe 2 months ago, I was not in a good place. And I just needed like 2 or 3 days to be in the suck and feel the feelings. So a situation happened. But I'm the one that go to the gym and talk and make jokes and be lively all the time. And I was the complete opposite. So I'm super close to the owner of my gym. She is amazing. Like, she's in the military, is an anesthesiologist, owns a gym, like, does all the things. But she's one of the most genuine people I've ever met, and will truly check on you and call you out on your BS. And you're like, I'm good. She's like, no, you're not.
Right.
So show up to the gym, and I'm just like feeling all the feelings. I'm in the suck. And the workout was like a 40-minute EMOM of running 200 meters, biking, rowing, and then rest. It's like, nope, I'm not talking to anyone. I stood outside for 40 minutes and ran 200. I think it was like 30 200-meter sprints, just out there, just not talking to anyone, like by myself in the heat, suffering. Class ends, I walk over, grab my stuff, walk out, don't say a word to anyone. Next day, same thing. She goes, hey, idiot, the whole gym's worried about you. What's wrong? Are you good? So after that, I kind of is when I went.
I love the opening. Hey, idiot.
Yeah. So that's when I kind of went MIA and started filling up my own cup and loving myself again. So a situation happened where basically like how much do I have to give of myself and be that good person where all my friends are like, hey, never change, like the old school mentality like I was talking about, as in like old school gentlemen, like flowers, all this stuff, opening doors. I'm always told like I've never been treated so well, but then it's nothing after that. Or they go right back to an ex or something like that. Where it's when am I finally gonna be enough? So I started taking care of myself again and filling into my cup and really focusing on working out. I'm training for an ultra marathon now. I don't know which one yet.
Ooh,
I was gonna do Zion.
I didn't know that.
I was gonna do Zion, and then
Are
my
we
friend.
saying 50K or what are we saying?
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm going 100 miler.
Are you real?
Yeah. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do
Let's
it.
go, bro.
And I hate running, but I want something hard to do.
Let's fucking go.
So I was gonna do Zion 100, and then my friend booked her wedding in Costa Rica, like one of my best friends, the same week. I'm like, Costa Rica's fun, and it's your wedding. I'm never gonna miss that. So now I got to figure out which ultra I'm gonna do. But started picking up my miles, focusing on running while also trying to stay strong. And in the midst of having like my longest running week so far, I was pulling 500 dead. So I'm like still doing all the things, filling into my cup, spending more intentional time at home with my dog. And she is my best friend. She saved me in many different ways. But I would go home and try to like detach and just mindless scroll. And I know how awful that is for you, but I just want to laugh at stupid people on social media after work. So I started spending more intentional time with her, which brings me the most joy in the world. Working out more, doing all the things I need to do, eating healthy, like to take care of myself. In turn, started to love myself more. I'm like, cool, if you don't want me, I'm out. Like, that's fine. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I'm worth. I know whoever I'm with, that's going to be the best they're ever treated. And I am so confident in that.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to love myself more, which is amazing, which is why I'm at the good space I'm at now. I started going therapy again, and she is amazing. So yeah, everything's good right now. I get in my head about a lot, and I'm very hard on myself, as I'll never change, and I'm working on it.
Right.
I work a little less hours now, so taking all the steps.
Good shit. Going back to what you said about when you originally got in with your baseball people and how they poured into you like all summer and stuff like that, and how you would spend all that time and how therapeutic it was for you. For me, it was the running community, and I poured myself into that. And then I got into the gym, and I remember, me and my buddy Lance, we'd be at Big Tex up North Austin every morning, 3:30, 4 a.m., and we would spend hours in the gym, dude. And it was a lot of learning. It was a lot of him and I talking deep about stuff, but that was some of the most therapeutic time because I was diving into something where I was challenging myself. We're challenging each other, you know what I mean? And like, it's so valuable. And so I look at my kind of journey, and when I got sober, like anybody that's newly getting sober, you're usually dealing with a lot of insecurity because you don't have that security blanket of drugs and alcohol anymore. And so where are you going to get that from? Where are you going to get that confidence back from? You have to build it up somewhere. Yep. And so I remember running, I gained some confidence, not a ton, but it was a damn good feeling to know, like, if the cops ever chase me, they're going to be fucking running far.
I'm 4-0, by the way.
What?
I'm 4-0 in full pursuits.
Are you really? 4-0? Let's go. That's hilarious. You keep the score. But you know what I mean? I used to think about, like, man, if I ever just got dropped off in the desert, like, I know at least I can run 100 miles to get wherever I need to be. But I remember once I started diving into the gym, bro, that's where I started getting confidence, because I could walk into a room as a skinny runner, and it doesn't matter how far I ran, I would just look like some skinny dude. But then when you start walking in a room, you've been taking care of yourself, people see that you have the discipline for the gym, bro, they treat you completely different. Their demeanor's different. My head's held higher, you know what I mean? I'm able to speak in front of people more. So much more confidence. And so, like, bro, it goes back to that. Like, that's, in a lot of ways, what got me to the dance. And then when I see that stuff start to wane because I get too busy, that's when confidence starts taking a hit. That's when all that stuff starts to happen.
It's a spiral effect from there.
That endless pursuit of finding that healthy balance, you know what I mean? It's difficult for a lot of us because you and I are like, once I latch on to something, bro, I'm all in. Like, I'm going all the way. I love that you're about to try to do a 100-miler.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
I don't know which one I'm doing, and I hate running more than
need-
anything, but I need something hard to do.
Just so you know, August 6th, Austin, Texas, I Am Redemption sponsoring its first race. It's called Horse Thief. We need to get you out there.
August 6th? Wait, when? Next year?
No, this coming up. Or wait a minute.
It's August 8th right now, brother.
September 6th. I'm sorry. September 6th. September 6th.
Okay.
In Austin, right around Spicewood. There's a 30-miler. I think you should sign up.
Oh, really?
What's your mileage right now?
About 30, 35 a week.
I think you can do it.
I ran the marathon without training.
Oh, see, you're in there. Bro, in trails.
It's just that the athlete in me comes out. So I signed up for the Austin Marathon, ran 8 miles, and this is in the time where I was working overnights, working 70 hours a week every single day. From January to September, I only had like 20 days off, like every day. Miserable, didn't work out like at all, nothing. I ran 8 miles once in December, 11 miles once in January. I was like, all right, we're signed up, we're doing it. And then they're like, oh, there's pacers. I'm like, you're telling me I just got to stay with you the whole time. Done. So my goal was sub 4 because I'm no runner.
Mm-hmm.
4:01:25, the last hill of the Austin Marathon. My legs just stopped working.
Get you.
But the last thing I remember is seeing my sergeant working overtime at mile 17, and then I blacked out after that.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, I just have to stay with you. Cool. I could turn my brain off, and I'm just with you the whole time.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up. I remember there's a buddy of mine, Patrick, and he was there for like my day one running shit. My first run ever was with this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And so at first he was faster than me, and then pretty quickly I became faster than him. And so we'd always run these races, and he would never be able to beat me. And so there came a point where I kind of segued out of running. I had been injured, kind of started getting involved more in the gym, and so I wasn't running nearly at all. And I remember, bro, I didn't run for months. Didn't run for months at all. And me and him go out there. I got a bib to run the Austin half marathon, and he started talking a little bit of shit to me. He's like, oh, I'm going to get you now. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. So, no, at the beginning I was telling him, I was like, bro, you're going to crush me. You're going to get me. And so we start off the race, and the first, when you start off the Austin Marathon, it goes up Congress, down South First. And so I remember up Congress, he just left me. And I was like, oh, this is going to be rough. But as I came around South First, it's a couple miles in, like everything started to loosen up. And, bro, I hadn't ran in forever. And so then I started negative splitting every mile and just kept getting faster and faster. And so we came up to that last hill on Austin Marathon, and then you come down around the Capitol, and I could see his white hat, and I'm like, oh, I fucking got him. I got him. And so I go running, and right as we come around the Capitol, I ran by and I smacked him on the ass and ran past just to hit the straightaway for the
That's amazing.
the finish for the Austin Marathon, and I just hear, you motherfucker, like that. But yeah, dude, there's so many valuable things, like being competitive like that. You know what I mean? Having your pacer. That used to be my thing, be somebody's pacer. That was like my whole theme of my first shit, was be there for somebody. But on those days where you don't want to go to the gym, where you don't run, but you have that person where it's like, all right, I'm just going to have to latch on to them. Like, bro, that's the importance of fucking community. Yeah. That's the importance of having all those things, and it's fucking life-changing. I think about all the most depressed times of my life. The most depressed times of my life, I'm sitting in my fucking bedroom, laying in my bed, wondering why I'm so depressed. You know what I mean? So, dude, I'm super happy that you do all this. And I can't wait to see you do this 100-miler. I got to come crew you.
Yep, please do. I got to figure out which one I'm doing first. But the thing that's been really getting me is I love lifting heavy. Like we were just talking about how much we enjoy that. And I finally accepted of like, hey, I know my strength's going to take a little bit of a hit because my mileage is going up. But I think I finally accepted it because I'm kind of getting excited to do the race. Even though I don't know which one I'm doing, but the build up and thinking about it is making me really excited to dive all in on it.
Dude, once you run a fucking 100-miler, bro, like once you realize most people will never run a marathon. Yeah. And then every level you go up, like, bro, you're up 1%, 1% up at that top. But being able to walk around and know you ran a 100-miler, dude, it's a very empowering feeling. So do that shit.
After that, I'm going to hang up my running shoes. Well, I want to do an Ironman once in my life, but that's in the future.
That's what we all say, dude.
I know. I'm saying that now.
Every ultra I've ever done, I get done, I'm like, well, there's no reason to ever run this far again. And then the next day, you're like, I could do that. I could do that.
I could do it quicker.
And it starts creeping on you.
Yep.
Dude, somebody listening to your, somebody that just heard your story today, and they're out there right now suffering, what would your advice be to them?
You're not alone in any way possible. Like, there's people there for you, whether it's me, whether it's Shawn, your family, your friends, a teacher, a coach, a coworker. Like, there's somebody there for you. Even if you reach out to us on the internet and we don't know you, there's plenty of people that have done that. You're not alone. Reach out, go to therapy, find the things that you need to help you get out of that and things you enjoy. If you enjoy reading, cool, grab some books, go get some sun outside, go watch a sunrise, read some books, have some coffee. If your thing's listening to music, cool, throw on some headphones, go for a walk, get some movement in, get some sun in, and do the things that you enjoy to help get you out of that.
Dude, anybody that follows me knows if they message me, I'll always get it back. Every comment, every message. Like, I'm so honored that people message or comment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll never, if I ever miss one, it's by accident. But they can message my website, anything like that. But people need to understand, like, this is what we do. And also, this is, when you start doing this, this is what also helps fill your cup, knowing you're being able to use that experience to help people. So, what, fun question for you. We've talked about some heavy topics. For whatever reason, this has been the one part of the show that I've never gotten rid of. But you're walking out tonight, UFC Championship of the World. What's your walkout song?
Oof. What do you think about this? That's a good one. This is a tough one. Oh, man.
What kind of music you like?
I'm all over the place with it.
Are you?
Yeah. Lately, I've been big on the country.
Okay.
Last night at the gym, I was vibing to some, like, old school Akon, Alicia Keys, vibing.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Squatting heavy to it. I was vibing.
Squatting heavy to Alicia Keys?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to post that video later. It's hilarious.
Do it.
Oh, that's a good one. Probably some, I don't know, maybe some Kanye. I don't know. I can think of what song. Yeah.
I mean, that's right on. Kanye is right on par for you.
Yeah.
Mental health.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Kind of. I forgot which song. One of my walkout songs in college was a Kanye song. I forgot which one.
Oh, you had baseball walkout songs?
Yeah.
Bro, let's go.
Yeah.
Who's that pitcher for the Mets?
Oh, the trombone guy?
Yeah, they do. His shit, when he comes out, is like the most incredible
What, the
walkout.
Hispanic dude, right?
Yeah.
With the trumpet?
Yeah.
Crazy. Turn the lights out. Nuts.
Bro.
I'm like, that is
In
awesome.
New York?
Yeah. Oh. New York's just different.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I forgot what song it is. It's a Kanye song. It'll come to me.
All right. Love that shit. So if people wanted to check out your gear, where do they find you?
So theupliftlifestyle.com and at theupliftlifestyle on Instagram. We'll be coming out with a lot more soon. Like I said, it kind of had to take a backseat for a while. But working on a lot of things going forward. 5% of all the profits I make, I donate back to different mental health foundations. I've hosted events. I got connected with these amazing people that run a nonprofit in New York called Reps for Responders. They're all cops up there, and their mission's the same as ours. And all the money that they receive goes towards helping out, whether it's getting meals, gym memberships, all that for first responders that are struggling. I got connected with them, and they are the best people in the world, and I'd love to connect you to them. Like, they are, even just for a conversation, like, they are amazing people, and they spread all the right messages for the right thing. So I hosted an event in New York, raised money for them. Like, I planned the event from 2,000 miles away a month in advance, and I couldn't even tell you how many people showed up. But it was the best feeling in the world.
This is in New York?
Yeah.
Let me know. I'll go with you.
Yeah.
I would love to go.
I'm going to try to do it this year again. I did it last year, and it was amazing.
Hell yeah. And dude, any opportunities I have to do stuff with law enforcement, I'm going to do it, because I really want to be able to be that bridge to get people to, I want to be able to humanize addiction to officers and let them know, like, we're capable of far more. And I also want to be able to humanize the other side and let the people in the recovery world know, like, yo, officers are people too. They go through their own shit. So,
and we're talking about that. We're working on that.
Yeah. Any APD officers, you want to come out and get it on Saturday morning, 7:30 at Town Lake, you can come run with us. We have a community workout going on. It'll be passed by now, but I would love to have any of them involved with what I do. And anything I could ever help to do to help the department, you already know, dude. I'm there
I appreciate them.
for sure.
We've had conversations where we're working on it.
We're gonna make it happen.
Yep,
We're gonna
absolutely.
make it happen. It's funny trying to. It's a brotherhood, dude.
Yep.
Trying to infiltrate
Yeah.
infiltrate the brotherhood.
Yeah.
Like being a vet might help a little bit, but at the end of the day,
No, I'm gonna make it happen.
let's do it.
I'm working on some things.
Good shit. Well, brother, I can't thank you enough for coming on, dude. I can't thank you enough for being open and sharing your experience. You are a leader to me, you are a leader in the law enforcement community. Just being willing to get out there and talk about the things you've actually been through, to be open and be vulnerable. Anybody, please follow him on social media, dude. He posts some, when he's able, he posts some very powerful stuff. And bro, I can't thank you enough for what you're doing. Please keep doing it. And anything I can ever help your mission with, let me know, please.
I know I feel the same about you, and I appreciate you more than anything.
100%, bro. Love you, man. Thank
Love
you.
you, bro.
Oh, almost forgot. The way we like to wrap up the episode, everybody heard your experience. They heard a little bit of your story. If you be willing to take a look in your camera and throw out some I am statements to let these folks know who you truly are.
All right. I am Jimmy Wise. I'm a son. I'm a brother. I'm a friend. I'm a police officer. I'm the founder of Uplift, and I am bigger than my depression.